Hello and welcome to yet another video on Peaceful Weekend Investing series. So today we're going to talk about stock trend. Before I get started with that, I want to tell you that I'm creating this video as a basic foundation series, and there'll be multiple videos I'll be coming up with talking about what everybody should know regardless of what style of investing you have. And if you're newbie, this video is must watch. If you're already investing and have a good idea, I'm not sure whether you get value out of it, but I will be sharing what how do you quickly identify in two ways what is a long term trend, what is a medium term trend, and what is a short term trend of a particular stock. And that is most important for anybody who is investing in stock market, because no matter what stock investing style you have, you need to make sure that you understand this trend, because if you understand the trend, then you can have a building block. It's like a building block. You can have a different style of investing, whether it's a day trading, whether it's a long term trend or long term investing, or it is a short term momentum trading, or whether you're doing any kind of trading which is 1 or 2 days or maybe a couple of weeks, because that's a foundation. And that's why I thought more I talk to people around, I find that this is something not many understand or comprehend. So I thought I'll share this as a nugget. Watch till the end, because I'm going to share with you two ways of quickly identifying it using the free tools available. Okay, so let's get started. So that's the topic for today: how to identify the trend in a particular stock. Okay, so what I will do is I will quickly bring out my trading view, and I'll share with you. I've been covering up on my analysis on metal sector in India, which I recently shared as well. So let's look at the particular stock, right, and the chart, right. By looking at it, this is a daily chart, and I will start. So I'll do multiple time frame analysis, and then I'll give you what is the method you should be using the free tool available. Okay, there are two ways I'm going to tell you how to identify trend. So when I look at the monthly chart, so straight away when I look at it, I end up going at a monthly chart. Okay. Now this is a monthly chart of metal index. Forget about stocks. No matter what, whether you're looking at any market, this particular rule applies what I'm sharing with you. Now you can see here, what do you see? What is the long term trend? Can anybody tell me? Just type in the comment box below. Just pause the video and type in what trend you see, right? This is a monthly chart trend. Okay, great. If you have done that, thumbs up to you. So if you look at it, this is the particular stock, and this is in the completely in a sideways zone. There was a nice trend up, and then it went on sideways. And I clearly told you that this stock is in a particular range, and that range, if taken out, then you can see a big rally which can come in metal stocks. But till the time it is in this box, you not going to see much of action. There'll be stocks which are maybe already breaking out, so you have to keep a watch on that. And stocks which are falling downwards, you can just look at that, and they are laggards for this, because we don't know what the prices will be, and there's it's absolutely futile exercise to do any kind of analysis of what stock prices will be. My main analysis should be, I should not get stuck in particular stock. So that is the main advantage of what I'm trying to share with you is, you should be, as a retail investor, when I'm recording this video, my objective is always very much focused on the retail investors, that what happens, they buy the stock and it goes down and becomes a long term investing. You're doing two things: one, you're not getting out of it, and you're blocking your capital for God knows how long. And I have done that many times in the past. So hence I'm sharing this view. So watch till the end, because that is what is more important. Because the opportunity cost of your capital is way bigger than what you think is a loss is. Because not only you make the loss, but there's an opportunity cost you're going to lose out, because during the same period you could have an investment which can double in that period, right? So keep that in mind. So this is on the monthly chart, is in sideways, right? And if I go in and look at what's happening in the weekly chart, right, and you look at this in a weekly chart, you still don't see a trend. It is still in the, if I get grab my pen and show you, it's much easier. So if you see on weekly chart also, you have opportunities to ride this particular wave if you have different style of it, and then it falls back. And notice here, this low and this pivot. So it is higher highs, right? So it's making higher highs. And now it's sitting back at right at the top. And that's where I said the chances are, and I'm again highlighting it, this particular point and this particular pivot. As long as now this becomes a key levels to track of a particular stock, right? And this is, I'm doing analysis regardless of index. You can do apply this in any particular stocks as well, and in whichever country you want. And then you have a particular line which you draw. So right now it's acting normal because it is right at the top. And reason why you need to understand, rather than focusing on the type of candle it's formed, this type of candle Marubozu, or it is making any type of candle, or is looking at the spinning top and different types of candle structures. You understand the behavior behind. Once you understand the behavior, you will be able to easily understand that, okay, now I'm just expanding a bit so that it's easier, and make this down. Yeah. What I'm noticing here is, A, it has make a yeah. So A, it has making higher highs, right? And let me delete the previous one so it's much easier to see. Yeah. So it is A making a higher highs, and then what is important for me is it made this stop, and next stop is little lower. It's okay, because after going a particular rally, stock will always rest as long as it's maintaining this, not breaking this level 5600. Still the trend is positive. But for me, the real trend will start when it goes up, because there is a two main barriers, right? And when stock is reacting here, because the people who have invested at these levels, right, there must be some buyers who are sitting right on the top. They want to now break even and get out, and that's why you see some bit of a sell off. And they had no time to exit in this particular fall, and now there are people who have made these gains. So at this point, there's a confluence of investors who are either break even or made some gains, so they're kind of getting out of the, I would call it a train, and then you let the other investors jump in. So that's how you should read it. So this particular style and a trend, which you look at it, whether you look at it daily, weekly, or a monthly, and is called basically Dow theory of higher high patterns and lower low patterns, and you look at the what is a trend on different time frames. So, and for me, the trend is still intact for it, or it is on the sideways, I would say, because that's the larger time frame, and always the larger time frame matters the most. In larger time frame, it is in sideways, and in weekly basis, you can find an opportunity to use this period to make some money and get out, because you know that it is in sideways trend, and that's how you should play it till the time it breaks out. And in the meantime, the most important thing is to find the stocks which are coming out of this range and trying to make higher highs before, because they could be the leaders of the next rally when it comes in, right? And that's, I'm giving you perspective from the index as well as the stocks. If you're looking at stocks, then you can always keep track like that. So this is one method. First method which I talked about is um, of using the Dow theory. And Dow theory, you can search on internet, you will get lot of videos around it. I don't want to make it this video big. Basically, the whole idea of Dow theory is you are looking at whether any particular stock, right, it goes into higher higher patterns, right? And that is what is there. If you see there is a breakdown, that means the pattern has been broken, and now it's time to get out of the ship and move to another stock, because that is what it is more important. And you'll find this pattern whether you're looking at weekly chart, monthly chart, or daily chart, or whichever chart types you're looking at it. That's not the objective of this video. It's more about understanding the first method, which is Dow theory, right? And this particular theory has been there for centuries, and it is still working because it works on the psychology of the investors, nothing more than that, all right? And this doesn't require any kind of fundamental analysis. If you do a fundamental analysis on top of it, you can always take advantage of all these falls and keep buying at the lower levels rather than buying at the higher levels. So that is another way of looking at it. So I hope you got that understanding. First method of identifying the trend of a particular stock is by using the Dow theory. Okay, now let's move to the second type of identifying the trend, which is very, very objective, because Dow theory sometimes can be subjective because everybody has a different way of looking at it. What is high, what is low? So let's look at the second way of looking at it by using the trend lines and moving averages. And trend, when I say trend, is looking at moving averages. Okay, now moving averages is a very, very simple way of looking at it, and I will show you a simple method of doing that. And I'll move to a daily chart because that will give you a better perspective. And just what you can do is you can apply a, if you're using the free trading view account, okay, and that's the easiest way of filtering any stocks. And if you think this is your style, I think it'll be very, very useful. So you can basically go in and use one indicator called 3 SMA, and I can use this and 3 SMA, and you'll find this by Victor George. You can use this, and that particular indicator basically allows you to put simple moving averages. It's nothing but adding up the prices of the particular time period and plotting that into a particular graph on the chart. As you can see here, I have let me make it a style little bigger so that you get an idea about it. So I will make it black, which is 50-day moving average. Okay, and I got 150-day moving average, and then red, which is, I will make it a little bolder, is 200-day moving average. Now I can see this chart right away in this movement, right? In this particular time frame, okay, is going completely up and down. So you can see, and why do we use an 200-day moving, 150-day, and 50? Is in particular year you have around 216 trading days or 240 whatever trading days, and over 200 days, whether the stock was going up, this red line is the case, right? And you can easily find out what was the stock doing if it is above all the three moving averages. And you can see at this stage you have one of the moving average which is below 200, and one of them it is above, which is like, if you look at it, 50, 50, 150, and 200 and 200. So you can see 150 is below. The trend is not intact because we have don't have a clarity here, because for me the trend for a particular stock is, from all point of view, is whether it's a 3 day medium or long term or short term, is should be like a fan structure. You see here, this is how you should look at the particular stock. If I see here, so now at this particular point, right, all of them, all the moving averages are in kind of moving upwards, right? And that is like a fan kind of structure, like three lines, like literally in parallel. So every time, so you know now at this point that whether at this particular juncture where it is there, again, I'm not telling you what to buy, sell, or how it is. I'm just telling you how to identify whether a particular stock is in trend or not from medium term, long term, short term perspective. That is your objective. No, I'm not telling you what is a buy, sell, at what stage you should buy. That is not my objective of it. When I somebody tells me, hey, let's look at this chart, this stock looking good, I will straight away come and check whether it fits into my criteria. Now, for me, I would get interested in this because this was a nice basing formation, and it was breaking out, right? And now, and you see at this point all the three moving averages started trending up. That means the trend from all time period was up. Now it can go up, and again I told you it goes into waves. It comes back, goes up again, reverse to mean, goes up, comes back, and it starts moving downwards. And now you see the trend is weakening. So you see, what did you get out of that? You understood it that, hey, first of all, and this is, let me grab this. So if you have followed this particular style and you were to exited at this point, okay, you had 123% gain just by following this approach, and every time following the Dow theory. When it goes down in it and it reverses, you know you have to take a position. Never buy on exchange, because most of the time what is happening, most of the retail investors are Sorry, the video might go slightly longer because it's important for you to understand it's all about money. So never buy in FOMO like this. If it's away from moving averages, stay away, because chances are that you'll revert to the mean, and that is something you want to completely avoid. Okay. So I hope you got the understanding. Look at this, plot these moving averages for 50, 150, and 200. Look at the stocks where it is trending. And this is for somebody who's not doing advanced, just looking at it. And if it is advanced, either I would look for opportunity to take money off the table. And if I know the fundamentals are intact, I will try and get in again. That's another way of looking at it. If you can't time the market and you think that is not for you, you always can build on your positions at different levels. That's a very simplistic way I'm talking about. And then whenever you see the fan structure is there, so I call it a fan structure. If the fan structures are intact, you just have to continue your journey, never give up, in terms of just letting uh, you know uh, ride the trend is what is more important. Okay. So I hope you got the value out of this video, and you got to know about how to identify trend from short term, right? You from the short term perspective, long term perspective, and medium term perspective. And we talked about how to look at the Dow theory from the higher and lower lows in terms of the waves pattern. Go and do some research about it, and I would request you to put some comments in the video below, and also share with your friends if you got the value. Hit the like button, because that will feed into YouTube algorithm, and more like-minded people, individuals, can join our channel, and they can benefit from this effort which I'm sharing. So my name is Shivendra Bhatia. I'm signing off. Till next video, I'll say goodbye, and have a peaceful week in investing. Bye bye.